Hey, what's up?
Where are we?
What the hell happened here? This is the set for the horror movie review, Dan Richardson, and the former set of TPS TV.
Oh.
This is crazy.
This is 2 episodes. This will be 2 episodes in a row. Like,
yeah,
we've changed
location, and then London closed and showered and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Normally I could go a full month.
You showered?
I'm gonna tell him I did.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. Guys, welcome back to Journey Through a Darkside. I'm Daniel.
I'm Simon.
I will admit, because this is home turf, I have to sit here. This is different for us.
That's all right.
Because usually we're swapped over here. I'm used to doing this. I don't know if I'll be able to talk Taker this way. It's gonna be a new experience.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. And yes, welcome back. And what match or so what event are we gonna be looking at?
This is WWF In Your House 10 Mind Games from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on September the 22nd, 1996. From the Core State Center. Any guesses on the attendance?
I fucking hate this game. Let's say
it's in your house.
It's in your house. Business is down.
96. Pretty impressive considering.
I'll say 9,000. That's not
15.
15. Wow. Yeah. Damn. Alrighty. And what was the main event that night for In Your House Mind Games?
Shawn Michaels and Mankind for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship.
I will tell you right now, this is at a time when Mankind wasn't really considered a main contender for the title, but damn good match. Like, anybody who hasn't seen that match, I recommend checking it out. It really is, like, it's definitely worth seeing. And honestly, I think even though Taker definitely made Mankind more of a household name and more of a main eventer, this match helps cement him as well. Like, as you're watching, you're like, yeah, no, I can see him competing.
And again, like I said, I was starting to get back into watching around this time, but I'm still a little ignorant to the era.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't realize that Mankind went up to the up to the top of the card that quick.
Yeah, and honestly, I kind of forgot about this because I mean, even though I was watching around this time, so much wrestling, you just forget certain things. And I kind of forgot, that Mankind even was, well, I didn't think he fought for a title in '96. I really didn't. I figured that was something he didn't do until, he went face and started facing The Rock and everything. Yeah. So, I was kind of shocked here. So, but first year.
But a gimmick that a lot of people say was set to fail.
Yeah.
And I think Mick's even mentioned it subtly a couple times in his books, that, he kind of saw the pictures and was like,
But made it work.
And that's all.
See, and I think that's the third thing too. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I'm sure there are certain gimmicks that will just crash and burn. But at the same time, it's the people who literally don't give up on them.
Yeah.
It's been said a million times. Like Dusty Rhodes, they throw him in polka dots and it's like, yeah, get your fat ass out there. And guess what? He made it work.
He did.
He made it work.
Well,
even if his run wasn't that impressive, it's like, dude, he was still over his shit.
What about our Man of the Hour? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you really think about it, in 2020 eyes, and you look back, that's cheesy as hell.
Oh yeah, dude, hokey as fuck, and it's just like it worked. So that's what I'm saying. I think as long as you got that's why I don't know. You always hear Terry Taylor bitching about the Red Rooster. I'm like, dude, if you would have actually gave it your all, who knows? Just saying.
Yeah.
It's clear you weren't having a good time with it. So guess what? Nobody else is having a good time watching you. So
Goldust for fuck's sake.
Goldust, another great example. Like I said, this era, this is probably why this triangle works really well.
You went home and looked up androgynous and went, shit.
Well, fuck it. I guess I might as well go all in.
Yep.
I'll ask you if I have to get some titties put in or something. Anyway.
Shit, yeah.
But the match we're talking about now, speaking of Goldust,
yeah,
it is...
Good segue there, huh?
Great segue. You gotta love how we planned that out completely.
Yeah, we totally did.
It's a final curtain match. Goldust with Marlena in his corner going up against the Undertaker. Seems kind of weird not saying the Undertaker with Paul Bearer in his corner.
I know.
But that's just kind of where we're at right now.
So we're seeing Undertaker for the first time.
This is literally
not counting his debut.
Yeah, but that was first time since Betrayal that he was literally on his own. Once again, and like I said, this is going to be kind of the theme for the rest of this month, is a lot of these matches, not a lot of build-up unless I literally go back month by month. So all you need to know at this point is he is still feuding with Mankind and Goldust. And we're seeing him after, I think, he hit bottom. I think as far as this feud goes too, because not only has he been losing or getting beat by both Goldust and Mankind for months now, even though he did have a DQ win over him, but that doesn't really count. Yeah. It's not, you don't really hold your head up high when you win by DQ. No. But he's been on a losing end, and then he just suffered the final blow of having Paul Bearer turn on him. we're going to see this is kind of the rebound for Taker in these triangle. I guess you call it a feud. He's feuding with both of them.
Yeah.
And he's going to set this things right with Goldust here in a final curtain match. What exactly is a final curtain match?
Here we go, because we discussed this last week, and we've discussed this anytime, because they're always coming up with new gimmick matches.
Yes.
And all companies were doing it and blah blah blah. But when a match is new like that, you get the same thing. Like, I'm not really clear on the rules, because I at first thought it's a last man standing match.
Yeah.
No, you gotta pin the guy first, and then it's a last man standing match.
Not yet. Oh. That's the Armageddon match.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're on the final curtain match. It's fine though. Disregard that.
We rehearsed that.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
No, you're
join
good.
us next week.
Yeah. In a month, at the end of the month,
yeah.
we'll check you out on that one. The final curtain match.
What is a final curtain match, Daniel?
Well, that's a good question, because honestly, it seems pretty ambiguous throughout, to where even a little androgynous, even like Jim Ross and Vince were just kind of like, it's funny because like even at this time I didn't know Vince was running the company. It's just funny watching shit like this now, knowing like Vince is the guy, and even he's just like, well, I don't know. It seems like the rule is that you must win by pinfall. And I'm like, so submissions no then? Like if they would have threw on like an arm bar, referee's like, I ain't asking him. I might that'd be pinfall. No DQs, no counters. I'm like, so it's a street fight I guess at this time. No holds barred. We didn't really use the term street fight too much unless you're LOD fighting, But it's like, what? A final curtain match. And so I get it, like you're trying to give Goldust his,
I will say, I assume Goldust is... Yeah, okay.
But, at the same time, well, I'll get into that. I got to grab about that. We'll get to that in a second. So, basically, it's just a no holds barred match. But, instead of just saying that, it's like they just seem to kind of struggle over, like the commentaries even kind of like trying to define the rules. And then we'll find out throughout the match how this just seemed like not to really apply anyways, and I'll get to some of that.
Yeah.
So once again, they're feuding. We get into it, and so Goldust versus Undertaker. And at this point, Goldust is definitely showing more fear. I feel like last time when they met, which I forget which fucking In Your House that was. These In Your Houses are running together. International Incident, I believe. He was definitely more the aggressor, but here he seemed like he was kind of backpedaling out a little bit more and stalling a lot more, and it was just like, you already kind of had his number. This is called mind games. The three wrestlers who display these mind games more than anybody else are the three in a feud. Goldust, Mankind, and Undertaker. So it seems like, I don't know, I feel like Goldust kind of pussyfooted out of this thing a little bit more, but Taker's pissed. And I guess that maybe does draw into a little more. I mean, Taker just lost his manager, and now he's looking for fucking vengeance. And so he's coming after Goldust. As far as the match itself goes, I guess kind of touching on the final curtain part of it, a lot of times Taker's choking him out and the referee's like, hey, so one, and I'm like, no DQ? What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, because that happens a lot.
Yeah,
and that happens a lot in those matches, because matches like that you say, like, come on, it's just a street fight. It's just a no holds barred. Why do we gotta give it some fancy name and add some other weird little twist or something? Yeah. Because every time the ref's gonna start counting people out.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's like speaking of not rehearsing anything, for fuck's sake.
And there's even a moment in this match too where, because Taker, I'm not gonna lie, this match felt almost like a glorified squash match, because Goldust almost gets no offense whatsoever. The only time he gets the upper hand is a moment where Marlena, she's distracting the referee, and Goldust behind the ref's back. It's almost like they're planning it, because you don't need to hide behind the ref, but he gets some glitter. Yeah. And he pops in his eye. Well, don't get me wrong, that's a cool spot, but it's like, you can do that right in front of the ref. You can literally hey, ref, look at this, look at this. See that?
I'd be so pissed.
And it's like, but yeah, it was just like, you don't have to hide it, but they kept cheating behind the referee's back, and it was like, not necessary. Don't have to at all. You can literally, pull out a gun and just be like this. Shove it in the kneecaps, like, yeah, but sorry, no rules.
No DQ.
So what are you gonna do? So I don't know. I just felt like that was kind of. Any other highlights you can really think of this match?
No, not really, because it just clunky. I want to say that a lot. It's like,
so let's get to the end. He finally just tombstones him out of nowhere. Like it really, there was no if a match.
It didn't have a pay-per-view feel to it.
No, it did not. That's the other thing. It really felt like you're watching Monday Night Raw.
And even though it's not the main event, it was more middle of the card. But I feel like with Mankind being involved,
which is Taker and Goldust already having this as their third match.
Like this should have been, it didn't feel like it.
Yeah, it should have been a more highly featured match. It should have had a more big fight feel. The fact that this is supposed to be this is our last time they're going to fight each other. This was the end of the trilogy. They fought each other in a casket match. They fought each other again last time. That's when Mankind popped out of the ring. Mm-hmm. And this is the third time. This is the do or die. They each have one win against each other. And it did not feel like this was the concluding chapter. In fact, the whole feud, I'll be honest with you, I'll get to the review in a second. So, hit them with a tombstone. It comes out of nowhere. And it really was.
This was going to almost be a quick one.
This is going to be a rarity here at the Journey Through Darkside. Most matches have a pace and they build. It's almost like a movie. And this movie just ended abruptly. Like out of nowhere. No big fight back, nothing like that. Taker just like kind of walks over, scoops him up, and tombstones him and pins him 1, 2, 3, and the match is over.
And it didn't even. I mean, the whole from the first belt. I mean, it was the room.
It feels like it feels like honestly there was the whole feud itself felt like I don't know. It was just out of sequence. We mentioned this a month ago when they fought in the casket match, and I kept saying, that's their first match. At that time, there was no feud.
Yeah.
Taker just qualified for the IC title. They're on fight, and it's all back like casket match. Before Goldust and Mankind were even plotting against him, it was just like automatically he went for that final death blow. That's the equivalent of like literally if Stone Cold's out there and then like Takamaki Noku like walks down and is like, hey, I want to fight you, and he's like, fine. Hell in a Cell. It's like, whoa, that jumped up pretty goddamn quick.
Yeah.
Same thing. They went from Taker, you qualified for the IC title, you got your title shot. He's like, great, casket match. And they're like, do you have beef with Goldust? He's like, nope, never met the guy. Casket match. And it's like, okay. And then they go from the casket match to now that match ended funky with Mankind popping out. They cheated, they screwed him over, they threw him in there. Goes to this regular one-on-one match that ends in DQ. And then you're like, okay, what's the big blow-off? This match, the final curtain match, which on paper seems like fine, a final curtain match, but it's like, it doesn't feel like a final curtain match. It never felt like the final thing. It felt like, honestly, this should have been all reversed.
Yeah,
like, it should have been the DQ finish first, the setup, like, okay, well, we got to fight again. This time, casket match. Or this time, final curtain match. And then have this weird fucking whatever.
Yeah, because you usually just start with the regular one-on-one match and then
progress. You got to build to your finale here.
I almost had you, but next month, though.
And we'll make sure the rules are out the window, so this time, Mankind wants to interfere, whatever. Well, and I just feel like, I don't know. Let's get to I guess we'll review this thing, because really there isn't a whole lot of aftermath, because this is going to pretty much bleed it. Well, actually, there is some aftermath. So, at the end, this does end the Goldust-Taker feud. It's over. And at this point, Goldust and Mankind are no longer really hanging out. So that was like a 3-month fling.
Yeah.
So, but, it is what it is. At the main event, Mankind and Michaels are fighting, and eventually Mankind's DQ'd. Using weapons and shit, but he can't take it, and so he's like, fuck it. I'm gonna end Michaels there, and he throws Mandible Claw and he puts him down. And then he tells Bear, bring out the casket. And they roll a casket out there. And he's ready to put Michaels in there. But guess what? Opens up.
In there?
Taker comes out and starts whipping his ass. And it's such an odd whatever, because like they battle and then they go away, and then Michaels starts doing his Hogan hot dogging for the crowd. And you're like, dude, that was not a good look for you. Like literally, it should have ended with Black, with them fighting. Or even have a moment where like maybe they chase Mankind off and then Taker and Michaels kind of look at each other and just kind of get that little like nod, like, thanks big man, or thanks dead man, you helped me out there, hey, you get the title I want, but you know what, down the road, something like that. But really, it was just such an odd like, and I realized watching these pay-per-views in order, don't get me wrong, Michaels is one of the greatest of all time. There's no disputing that. No. I felt like though this run, even though he's booked incredible, we're getting to a point where people are caring less about HBK as a champion.
Well, we're also getting to where it feels like HBK's caring less about the business.
Absolutely, because his friends are gone now. They're in WWE having a great time, and he's probably just like, ugh, I'm stuck here. And it really is like
probably could have went.
Yeah. In all honesty, I mean, and so he's literally kind of the fans are kind of cooling on him a little bit. I mean, now they will never turn on him like they did Diesel. So I mean, not like that. We're not saying that. I'm just saying. I'm telling for the crowd reaction that Mankind's getting a few pops in this match. I'm noticing that when he fights Sid next month at Survivor Series, no, 2 months at Survivor Series, dude, the crowd is hot for Sid. And you're like, Really? Dude, Sid becomes super popular in 96. It's so weird because it's like they try to run him as a babyface in 92. Okay, I guess. Yeah. He came back and did stuff. Okay. But it's like this run? Dude, like the crowd was like, fucking Sid. And it's like, holy shit. Like, Vince, why did you not try to build it quickly around this guy now? And then when they do try to build around him, it's too late. So then they turn him heel and it's just like, Vince, I swear, it's like he's stuck in his own head. Yeah. And then whenever it's too late, he's like, well, we'll try to capitalize on it now. It's like, no, that shit was months ago. Now we're past that. Like, now we're moving on to something else. So anyways, that's how we ended. Go ahead. What was your review of this match? And give us your star rating and all that jazz.
Man, just a almost nonsensical, clunky, boring, like you said, glorified squash match. Yeah. With very little, like, really any, like you said, like when you asked me about highlights, very little, like, really any highlights. Yeah. The glitter throw, was like, oh, that's cool. Here's his big cut. No.
No. That was it.
Taker, I mean, there was a bit of a comeback, I guess. He went outside and, he's blind and, and King's like, oh, come over here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just, dude, I guess there's still going to be some bad apples in here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a couple.
But no, I mean, I really don't have much like this match. I don't have a cohesive review of it.
There's always though.
Much like this match and this feud.
Yeah, exactly. So star rating, what would you give it?
1.
Give it a 1.
1.
For me, I felt like it's not necessarily.
It didn't even have any like real good build or any like backstory to build it up to.
Yeah, well the thing is like it seemed like it should have, and actually I mean they had a build pack and everything else, but it just felt like the match never had any heat. I feel like this match never took off into another gear. It started off just.
Well, the fans were even.
They were
some slight rest in peace chants here and there, but not like we heard before.
Yeah, and I gotta say honestly, it kind of goes with the main feud obviously is Taker Mankind. Mm-hmm. I feel like these 3 pit stops we took with Goldust. Granted, I'm not saying they had nothing to do with it. They were deeply entrenched in that feud. I mean, they were part of the story, and it did tell a good story. But I feel like every time we had these Goldust matches, these matches never blew me away. None of them. The casket match was what it was. Once again, I think it was cool for building up more of the Mankind thing.
Yeah.
The second match was, once again, I like seeing Goldust get a little bit more aggressive. You see Taker getting a little bit more aggressive, and then you got the finale of Mankind coming through the canvas and pulling Taker down into it. Once again, these felt like these could have all been main eventing Monday Night Raw leading up to the Mankind pay-per-views. In fact, if this would have been the early 90s when we had Big 4, they would have just been Monday Night Raw. It would have been leading to the Mankind thing. Now, I get it. I'm not bashing for that. Hey, when you guys start competing in WCW and start doing it in your houses monthly at this point, yeah, you're going to put a lot of filler matches. So I'm never watching it in your house or I guess one of the 9-5s and expecting this to be like blowout. But at the same time, it's like, as a fan watching, you're just like, man, is this seems... And I mean, I can't sit there and be like, it's a bad match, because honestly, textbook, everything looked good. It was clean. It was, technically a good wrestling match. There's just no passion to it, no heat.
Yeah.
And that's no excuse for the third of the trilogy. When you're on your final, this is it. You're going to close the chapter on you and Goldust tonight. This should be a little bit more epic. And I feel like, my God, Taker versus Snuka had more heat to it than Taker versus Goldust final curtain match. I want to give it 2 because I feel like 1 is my. Because I will never give a 0. I think maybe I did once, but 1 is my. I don't like it.
Gonzalez?
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Or King Kong Bundy. Yeah, it was one of those bad ones. One of those 95, 93 matches. But I'll give it 2. It's a low 2, which that will knock it down to a 1.5 then. So it's a 1.5 match. Because honestly, like I said, I've seen worse. But at the same time, we're in an era of greatness. And so it really does kind of, like, there's a bad spot on this apple, and you're like,
Would you, because I didn't watch the whole pay-per-view, but would you say that it was actually maybe one of the lower matches on the card?
Mind Games, you know what? I don't remember, because right now, in addition to us doing this show, I've been going through and watching every. So honestly, unless if something stands out in these In Your Houses, not so much. In fact, I noticed that with In Your House in general, you have one highlight usually, and the rest of them are just kind of like, Leaf Cassidy versus Flashpunk.
Because they're filler pay-per-views.
They really are. I would say the highlight of this one really is Michael's Mankind, and I would highly recommend that match. Everything, I mean, I could be wrong. There may be a good match on the opening card, maybe Triple H fighting somebody, and it may have been pretty good. But as far as me literally telling you right now, In Your House, Mind Games? Absolutely. No, I have no recollection of anything else on that card. Unfortunately, I didn't even remember what the pay-per-view was when we were talking about it, because it's just like, this match is very insignificant. It was a one-match card in my opinion. So, but 1.5 stars is what we get it. So, but next week we're gonna pick it up a little bit, because next week we're gonna be going to another In Your House, but In Your House Buried Alive.
Oh. Are we possibly debuting a...
I think we may be. So, you know what? You have to tune in next week to find out. So.
I don't know what the match is going to be called, but the pay-per-view is Buried Alive.
It's actually it's a Final Curtain 2 match. It's the rematch that we've been dying for. The match we've been clamoring for. So, guys, that's all we got. Anything else to add before we wrap on this one? Yeah, this is a smooth, quick one right here. Yeah. So, that's all I got, guys. I'm Daniel.
Simon.
And we'll catch you next week. Didn't always run, sorry. Hi. Thank you for watching that video. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to our channel. All that good stuff you do right here on YouTube, go ahead and do it. Check out our other videos. Go to our playlist. We got episodes of TPS TV, Journey Through the Darkside. We got a new show coming out, the horror movie review with Daniel Richardson. This guy. And of course, our short film, Entropy. You can find all that and more right here on YouTube. And then check out, look at that. All of our social media right there. And we don't just, copy and paste like the same post and put it on all. No, that's ridiculous. 3 different platforms, 3 different posts. I mean, the behind the scenes stuff you see on Twitter will not be the same stuff you see on Instagram. So there you go, right there. So be sure to get on, give us a follow and a like on all that right there. Keep up to date. Have you seen Unspeakable Acts yet? No? Come on. Pick you up the DVD right now. Links over there. Oh, yeah. It's only $7. $3 shipping and handling. And, of course, if you've already seen it and you haven't seen the Public Domain Dungeon yet, boom. $5 DVD right there. So, 5 S&P as well. Or, sorry, 3 S&P as well. So, there you go. Do that. And if you got the spare change, you want to hit us up, donate a little bit over here to TPS Productions. Our Patreon is right there. Oh, yeah. So, that's all we... Oh my God, sorry. I'm getting fired, ain't I? Guys, that's all we got. Thank you for watching.